Good morning, guys. We got a lot going on today. Bunch of new players today. First of all, crypto not looking so beautiful today, but you know, it is what it is with that. You make 1,000 and you lose 1,000. It's just up and down every other day, right? But we've got some new stocks to look at. So yesterday, XELA was crazy. Like it took off, you know, and it went really high after hours too. But then this morning, it's kind of come back down to 269. It was well over $3 last I saw. After hours yesterday. After hours yesterday, this one also took off like crazy. You know, there's always so much after hour action. It's pretty insane. Um, but the highlight of yesterday was MRIN, and after hours, everyone else took off, but MRIN not so much. So if we look at what happened yesterday, you can see XELA, MRIN, Neo, Apple. These had some of the highest volumes. All day though, MRIN was the highest volume. MRIN was crazy high volume. And then out of nowhere, within like the last 2 hours of market time, XELA just heavily took over in volume. So those two were like the special players yesterday. Big chatter. Let me just see something real quick. And then this morning we've got some massive boomers here. So like CUEN Quintus is already more than doubled up, and it's still aiming to keep going up. So that's pretty insane. Looking forward to this probably going to far over 675. Like I don't know what they did or what's so special about them, but they are booming big time. So I'm really interested in seeing what they did. Chances are they probably did nothing, and they're just booming. I'm actually gonna go ahead and before even looking, because of how much power they have right now, just make a small grab of 10 stocks of this real quick. Just drive it up. I want to see if it gets to 7. I'll carry that over. Very well looks like it is going to go to 7. This morning though, a lot of my money is tied into MRIN. So at the end of day, when it kept booming, I picked it up again. And then it went to 1832, but then it sank. It actually went up to more than that. It almost hit $20 and then it sank and didn't keep going, which was very surprising. So now we get to watch what it does today, because I'm not selling at this average, but I also don't have funding to pick up more at this average, so I can't really average down either. But I'll just watch. I'll see what it does. I have confidence it'll go up. It's pretty much done this thing every day. Every day it just boomed and then sank a little bit, and the bigger the boom was, the more it sank. So that's basically just a healthy pullback, no big deal. One of the craziest stocks though, one I'm beyond surprised about and still salty about, is VTNR. You know, the first time we saw this as part of my channel and part of the group of people I work with, it was going up every morning. Like it was just insane. Look at it. Like I remember the first time I looked at it when it was under $2. Now it's like an energy stock. What's this gonna do? And then out of nowhere, you know, every other morning it was doubling and doubling and doubling, and then just yesterday it hit $14. You know, it was higher than this. And Today, some are anticipating it'll even slowly make its way over to 20. I'm hoping that XELA is another variation of the same thing again. So I'm gonna try diamond handing it. You know, we've got the first boom. Today we're supposed to have a second boom, and it should keep going. So I'm already in. I'm at a pretty decent average, 258. So I caught it basically after the first boom, as it was making its after hours yesterday, as it was ascending, and it did go pretty high. It went up very high, but dropped back down again. And this morning on the Discord, basically we've announced the same things that we're looking at right now. So we've got XELA, VTNR, MRIN, ALF, and WISH all on the under our view, as well as CUEN, VERB, and OCUP. These guys are headlining today. Once the market opens up, we'll get to see what's happening here. All right, so this is from yesterday until market was open. Once 9:30 hits today, we'll get to see what's happening today, and we'll get to look up a lot more of the action. But yeah, I'm in on CUEN with a really tiny position. I just want to see what it does really. VERB also up today, right? 30% pre-market. Another software. Right, that's kind of what's been popping lately, right? Because I told you guys that this July 13th to 15th, there's a virtual investor conference, right, with software and artificial intelligence and all this stuff. They're all going to be there to present and whatnot. So all these software stocks, are just out and about, booming. So whether or not VERB is going to make it back to this high over here, not sure, but it'll do what it'll do. Right, so this is a very affordable penny stock right here. I would wait for the tiny pullback and buy that. CUEN is on its way to $7 as it is already. VTNR, I've already made a vow to not buy VTNR because I was too salty about missing it from the $2 point. But in all reality, I still wouldn't buy it here because I've had some bad experiences where I buy the stock at this high of a price and then it starts sinking. Very much like MRIN, right? Bought it at the point right here, somewhere between these 2 points, where it was still flying. It went to 20 and then out of nowhere it sank. So better to be careful, at least in my personal experience. If you have faith in VTNR, or if you're already in VTNR at a cheaper price, then definitely, without a doubt, go for it. And this was another stock someone pointed out to me on StockTwits yesterday. COCP, very promising. First of all, it's a penny stock, so that's always great, right? They haven't gone below $1 in quite some time. Some of these lows are literally just 126. The lowest we're seeing right here, 112, right? So I can't really see where it ever went below $1 in recent time. But they're working on antiviral stuff. So you can see they've listed out influenza, Hep C, and norovirus, which norovirus is also pretty popular. Causes diarrhea as well as respiratory symptoms. But one of the, of course, most significant viruses in our time is COVID, and they're actually working on starting something that may get approval. Right? So they want to start a phase 1 clinical trial for a brand new thing for coronavirus. So if they get that approval, then that would be pretty nice for them. So this is them right here actually. So I was looking at it last night. Right, enabling studies with CC 42344, which is their medication. Remember, when a medication is still under clinical trials, oftentimes they don't have a name until they make it to like phase 3. For treatment of seasonal and pandemic influenza A, plans to initiate a phase 1 trial in the 3rd quarter. So with influenza, what often happens is that people often get a super infection on top of another infection. So like, for example, someone with coronavirus may be recovering from coronavirus, but then they end up getting influenza virus infection. So that's kind of what they're talking about in this aspect. Is influenza that big of a deal right now? Not necessarily, but lately it doesn't matter what is a big deal and what isn't. They always boom when they need to boom. So definitely a nice stock to keep my eyes on. I'm going to keep a watch on it. This morning, one of the most interesting was this penny stock. It finally hit $2. It didn't take too long, right? So we first had our eyes on this stock right here when it was at 148. That day it wasn't doing anything, and then it started flying that day. Came down a little bit, stayed pretty stable that entire day. It started the day at like 164 and ended the day at around the same price as well. And then now look at it today. It's just at $2, so that's amazing. They are making great progress. Unfortunately, I don't have a position in it. The guys I do have a position in are still staggering behind, and I'm just diamond handing and waiting and watching, I guess. You know, EVFM is very close to finally even at least being green. Regulus not close at all. Too many panic sellers and fear and whatnot, so it's gone down pretty bad. But these two are going to be some long-term holds that I'm going to continue going on with, and hopefully profit big time whenever the time comes that they decide to boom, like there. Wish, another one, grabbed a pretty, so I've read this, you know, I've bought and sold this multiple times, and then last time I sold it, I think it was 15, right? Let me sell, yeah, I sold it last at 15, and then it came down a little bit, so I picked up more to average down, but lately it's been going on a downward trend. Not really looking forward to selling it though. I'm going to continue holding it for now. I don't have enough funding to average it down either anymore, but I don't think it's too far-fetched to think that it'll make it back to this or even 15. So I'll continue holding that. You know, as for ALF was skyrocketing one day, right, going all the way towards 21, which was this day right here, but after it hit 21, it just died after that. It never really made it back, and I picked it up on the way to 21. Unfortunately, I didn't have a, you know, orders don't fill the way you think. I wish you could mentally think an order and it'll just fill instantly, because it was even in the recording from this day that as it was going to 21, I was still typing my limit sell, and then before I could click submit, it just started dying. Very volatile, but again, I don't think it's too far-fetched to think about ALF. Excuse me, skyrocketing either, so we'll see what happens there. Alright, so we have CUEN that has broken 7. Alright, so again, if I had a massive account still with money that wasn't already tied into other places, damn, that coin is going back down again like a loser. Oh well. Then I would definitely think of grabbing a bigger position, but again, you know, CUEN, massive jump this morning, such a powerful jump that it was pretty inevitable for it to be going up. I wouldn't even call this a profit really, but at least, you know, we get to see that it is a good trade. It would definitely be something that looks like it'll still keep going up. Going back up, that's always good. I'm gonna assume that this guy is gonna do something, or I'm gonna hope that this guy's gonna do something very similar to VTNR did, and just keep going until it doubles and doubles. CUEN, you know, this was just to show you guys that this is worth buying. if you have more funding available, definitely worth grabbing a bigger position in this than I did. When the market opens, hopefully it'll just continue flying, because it's, for whatever reason, let me see, we didn't take a look at what even happened, right? What is this guy so excited about? Let's see. WaveMax. What is WaveMax? Oh wow, I'll get to see this happen. But I'm still not sure what this is. Shared Phi? So if they're actively going to be doing something, just like how ALF is actively installing things into cars, then they're bound to go up a lot more. I'm just not sure what this whole concept of shared Phi is going to be. Okay. They're doing something. I just didn't understand what it is. But I might be a little too sleepy and brain dead this morning because I didn't get enough sleep last night. Like, I just read that entire paragraph and I have no idea what they're doing. But they're doing something. Is this still going up more? No, they're just stable. Crazy double yesterday. Whoever was holding this, they are beyond excited. For a $12 stock, $13 stock to double, that's big gains. Good for them, good for them. My little penny stock over here, waiting for the day this cardiovascular, immunotherapy related penny stock booms as well. The day will come. This is the other one today that has a lot of chatter, up almost 50% this morning. Still going up, so that's pretty good too. Again, if I had funding available, I would have grabbed a big position in all three of these, because these three have massive chatter this morning. But just for demonstration purposes, I've only put in a tiny amount of money into CUEN just to show. This will probably keep going though. This is very nice, very nice. Power Bridge was crazy yesterday. Yeah, look at that. From 140 to almost $3. It actually hit $4 after hours yesterday, but then came back down overnight, I guess. So these are things I have positions in, and I need them to become green again. I don't plan on bag holding though. I need like, again, I'll gladly take an L just to have money available to put into other things, because I'll quickly make this back up. I'm just surprised it went down this much though. And I don't think I would want to lose that much or that much. That's a combination. If I sell both of these at a loss, it's almost $1,000 loss. So I guess I'm kind of stuck holding it for now then. I just hope they come back up faster than they're actually going down. This is some bullshit out of nowhere. Same thing with this guy too. This I don't mind selling. The $30 loss, fuck that. Cause that would give me a lot more money. I could have grabbed a much bigger position into here. Broke 7.5. Of the three, that's the one moving the fastest. CUEN is moving much quicker than VERB and OCUP. Eight more minutes and then we get to see what is popping today. I wonder what made Dare finally hit $2 today. Let's take a look at that too. They have been working on female reproductive system things. Phase 1 results. Oh, nice. Okay. But this was 2 days ago, though. HRT stands for hormone replacement therapy. It's basically for women who are too dry down there because of menopause. That's all. And that's very important, of course. There are no FDA-approved products that continuously deliver hormone therapy with both estrogen and progesterone together over consecutive weeks. So if this becomes the first of its kind to get FDA approval, then of course over time we can imagine that there's gonna go way over $2. But again, you know, like when I was watching it this day right here, just dwindling at 147, I really wish that I had maybe sold one of these others I have massive positions in and grabbed this. But who would have thought, you know, that it was going to do something like this? They were all supposed to do this too. EVFM was supposed to be booming, Regulus was supposed to be booming. They've even got good news and good actual publications, but they never actually boomed. So you know, it's hard to really tell who will actually blow up and who will not. It just happens. I'm gonna have to hold these two through to the end of the day and see what they do today. Man, you're so lucky for being in VTNR if you are. I'm not sure what price you got in at, but I would hold it today, see what it does. I would definitely hold it today, see if it goes to like maybe 15. Because if it breaks 14, once the market opens in 4 more minutes, it should definitely keep going. We'll have to see if it's one of the top few volumes this morning. So we'll take a look at what's happening. Where was it yesterday on the list? Let's see. Yeah, right here. Was it? Yeah, it is at an all-too high. Wow, that's insane. Crazy shit. So for today, my goals are going to be to watch WISH, ALF, and MRIN hopefully become green, and then if they do become green, they'll probably keep going a lot more, so I'll watch them to see how green they are and then sell. Yep, Quentas is still going, doing really good. 815. Even with just a 10 share hold, that's a little nice lunch money right there. VERB and OCUP on the other hand are slow right now, but Oftentimes when they're slow like this, they all of a sudden boom once it actually is market time. 2 more minutes. VTNR has new news. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Big money news too. Wow. Yeah. No, I would hold it. I would hold this today. Remember that the biggest action often takes place around like 1 p.m. Now that could be good or bad action, but usually good action depending on what kind of news something has. Quintus is flying. Alfie and Wish are chilling. MRIN still dying. XELA is about to start flying, hopefully. This guy's dead. And it is time. We'll wait for this list to populate again and I'll show you guys. Oh, actually it populated already, so here we go. For today, look at that, Quintus is just going off. It's on its way to $9 now. I have the list in order of highest volume, and it is fluctuating. But ASTS, what is ASTS? Building a broadband cellular network in space. Are we really are getting ready to live in space, aren't we? So people can have a broadband network in space. That's insane. AMD and Nvidia always have news. They're always flying. Those are massive overpriced stocks that you would be better off just doing like option calls or something. Here we go. XL came back to the top now, right, with 92.9 billion volume. What? Take off, take off. Should be taking off. So you can see how like that table I use, this stockbeep.com, it's a free website, is brilliant in actually being able to follow what's happening, right? Because I saw it's about to go crazy just by knowing that it has the highest volume. Came back here and you can see it is going crazy, right? So if I didn't already have a position, as soon as I saw XELA come to the top, I would have bought a big position in there and enjoy the boom. CUEN on its way back down again. It's probably just, I mean, I expect this to have multiple moments of healthy pullbacks because it's already doubled for the day. So anyone that was holding it from yesterday is already happy and banking. But it's very interesting to see. So XELA volume is crazy right now, right? Compared to everyone else is like under 10 million. This guy's already at 100 million volume. Regardless of how accurate this might be, I think it's pretty accurate. Let me see what Robinhood says for XELA volume. Yeah, 103 million volume. Yeah, it is accurate. Right, so XELA, having just started, is already having insane volume. But right behind it is ASTS, which really makes me think that at some point today, where did I put ASTS? At some point today, this is going to show amazing moves because it's already pointing up, and it has started the day with a big jump from $10 to $13.50. So being up 32% for the day already, it's on the way. It is on the way. It's about to hit 1350. ALF coming back up. MRIN not so much. XELA breaking $3. Neo has been top volume every day for this week. Every day. Let's see how much it keeps going to. We saw IFBD yesterday. Interesting to see Moderna up here. New all-time high for Moderna? That's insane. What did they do? Probably one of the best pandemic players to exist. You know, throughout the pandemic, this guy has just flew. Look at that. Imagine being one of the IPO investors, putting $1 million in on it when it opened at like 22, 30, even 35. And today it's at a new all-time high. mRNA medicines are huge deals, huge deals. There's a couple other websites that also work on mRNA stuff. Sorry, not websites, a couple other stocks that also work on mRNA stuff. I'm gonna start compiling a list of those because you never know which one of them is actually gonna take off. I guess that's it for today. So for myself today, I'm going to be watching the top 10 players here, seeing what they're doing, who has the highest volume, what's happening, checking them on stock twits, you know, figuring out what people are talking about there as well, following those trends, and then hopefully offloading or becoming green with more of the stocks I already have positions in, right? Because it's not fun when they're supposed to be green but they're not, right? These are my big guys here that I need to make green and sell. These are the guys that I'm going to be playing with today, potentially continue holding them to tomorrow. Not CUEN so much. I don't think CUEN I'm probably gonna, you know, I just bought a small position just for the fun of it. I'll probably follow this until maybe the end of the day, see where it goes to and sell it, get a little lunch money out of it. But my big deals are the ones that I'm already in, and I need to make them as positive as possible. Get them as positive as possible, and then probably tap out. Maybe they're done flying. Maybe they're gonna fly still. I'm not sure yet. But hopefully MRIN and ALF are both gonna show some promising strides by the end of the day today. So we'll see. And thanks a lot for joining. See you guys again tomorrow morning.